The portal didn't just open, it was torn asunder. A monstrous form, all shadow and malice, clawed its way into the mortal realm, its sheer mass shattering the chamber's ancient stone ceiling. Debris rained down upon the assembled knights. As the abyssal behemoth unleashed a roar that was more than just sound, it was a physical wave of force, a concussive blast of pure power that sent armored warriors flying like discarded toys. The air itself seemed to vibrate with its malevolent presence, thick with the scent of ozone and something far older, far fouler. The beast's eyes, twin points of burning hatred, scanned the room, dismissing the mortals with contempt. Undeterred by the initial shockwave, the surviving knights, the pride of the Silver Order, regrouped with a defiant cry. They charged forward, a wave of gleaming steel and crackling arcane energy. Their blades, honed to a razor's edge, and their spells, woven with potent incantations, met the behemoth's shadowy hide. But it was all for naught. Swords dissolved into dust just inches from contact, and bolts of magic unraveled into harmless wisps of light before they could strike. The creature's defense was absolute, a void that consumed all aggression. With a casual, almost bored flick of its massive claw, the behemoth swatted a squad of knights aside, their armor crumpling like paper as they were thrown against the far wall. Refusing to yield, Lin, the Earth Warden, slammed his palms flat against the cold stone floor. With a deep groan, massive walls of granite erupted from the ground, surging upwards to form a makeshift cage around the colossal invader. For a moment, the beast was contained, but the reprieve was fleeting. With a contemptuous snarl, the behemoth shattered the stone prisons with a single, effortless flex of its might. Not pausing, Lin shifted his strategy, summoning thick, grasping tendrils of pure shadow from the corners of the room. The inky black limbs wrapped around the monster's legs and torso, straining to hold it fast. The sound of taut, supernatural sinew filled the chamber, but the behemoth's immense strength was simply too great. One by one, the tendrils snapped like frayed rope. "Useless!" Sinju bellowed, his voice raw with frustration. With a furious motion, he ripped the voluminous emerald cloak from his shoulders. The enchanted fabric didn't fall. It twisted and contorted in midair, solidifying and elongating with an ethereal glow. In seconds, it had transformed into a colossal warhammer, its head pulsing with a brilliant green light. Grasping the newly formed weapon with both hands, Sinju let out a great battle cry that echoed Lin's own defiance. He swung the massive implement in a wide, powerful arc, bringing it down with all his force against the behemoth's titanic leg. The impact produced a sound like a thunderclap, and for the first time, the beast cried out in what sounded like pain, stumbling heavily to one knee. It was in that moment of the beast's imbalance that Amira, the seer, saw the truth. Her vision, sharpened by the chaotic energies, pierced through the behemoth's physical form. She saw what the others had missed, shimmering, almost invisible cords of pure dark energy, flowing like ethereal umbilical cords from the heart of the swirling portal directly into the monster. The beast wasn't just a creature. It was a vessel, constantly being repaired and regenerated by the abyssal rift it had come from. It couldn't be killed, not while the portal remained open. Its form was merely a projection of a much greater power. "Stop attacking the beast!" Amira's scream cut through the din of battle, her voice imbued with desperate urgency. All eyes turned to her, confusion warring with fear. "It's a puppet, a decoy. The portal is the heart." Her words hung in the air, shifting the entire paradigm of the fight. The monster was just a symptom, not the disease. A silent, grim understanding passed between Lin and Sinju. They exchanged a single, knowing look, their expressions hardening with renewed resolve. The charge, the spells, the desperate gambits, all had been directed at a phantom. With a shared purpose, they turned their backs on the reeling but already regenerating behemoth. Their true enemy was not the monster of flesh and shadow, but the swirling, chaotic vortex of energy that had birthed it. Their final, desperate fight lay there, at the source of the abyss itself.